every session, but maybe not. So see those tire marks? That's where you stab it when you're going real fast here and set the car. Yeah, so that's a little way too wide. Way too wide. You don't want to come out beyond that little line there. Yeah, so do all your braking. You want to point that guy by? There you go. Don't brake and turn like he does. Brake straight to the blue and then turn. If you're comfortable later, if you're comfortable with it, I can drive your car for a couple laps and then bring it back in and we'll switch. So yeah, sweep out and then gradually, as you're accelerating, gradually go into that apex. And then start sweeping out. Of course, we still have water out there, so you can go flat out all the way through here, man. All your braking done, and let it. You can slide. You can kind of slide through there too. You come flat out through there until you hit right here. Quick stab of the brakes. So unwind just a tad. Start winding back in. All the way into that apex. There you go. Perfect. Let it come out all the way, go straight through that thing. Yeah, that's too wet to really make that turn okay. There you go. You can do it. You can brake later there too. Brake later and harder. Straight braking, go in. You have to downshift there probably. If you're going fast enough, you want to downshift there. Now let yourself drift all the way out. And then gradually make your way back in. Wind out, now wind back in, all the way in, all the way in. Start braking later than him and straighter than him and then turn. On the throttle. line, all your braking. It's alright, it's hard to do this one in this car in the rain. Just hang out really wide here so you can cut straight through there. And then stab the brakes. Too far. Start winding it in. You want to touch that blue sign almost by the time you get to it. And then immediately start letting the car gradually drift itself out. You can stay flat out all the way through here. If you do it right. Very good. Harder, brake harder, brake harder, brake harder, brake harder. Are you feeling any fade from the brakes?
Not yet.
Okay. Stay wide out here so you can come straight through there and then snap the brakes when you're in the middle of it. If needed. You're doing a hell of a lot better, man, that's for sure.
Thank you. I'm feeling a lot faster as well. Actually pretty excellent stuff. Thank you.
Straight, then you can brake really late. Don't brake, you're braking too soon. And then cut in. That way you can almost straighten that turn out. And here, carry more speed this time. Stab the brakes hard. Just you can even eat that curve here. Let it drift out. Oh, full throttle. Keep going, keep going. Drift out, stay in it. There you go. That 135 high. Brake hard, brake hard, brake hard. Brake really hard until you get here. Then cut it through. You can pretty much pump full throttle through there if you do it right. As soon as you come out of this carousel, you're going to want to point that guy behind you by. Just do your thing your way and then point him.
No.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. There's a black flag.
Oh, shit. What happened?
Someone probably went off.
Dude. Many thanks. Yo.
What?
That felt really fast.
Yeah, you did good, man. You really didn't have anybody on you until that 135. And you got away from him on that back corner. So here, you can carry a hell of a lot more speed. See how How's your temperatures looking?
What's my what?
Temperatures are all pretty good.
Everything's alright. Yeah.
Are they black flagging everybody in, or?
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. I got a workout holding that oh shit handle. Wallet baby for a little bit. Yeah, you saved yourself a lot of trouble from getting an anchor. And I'm sure Daniel takes a much different line than I do, but I usually just stay, turn one. I actually am almost full throttle until I hit the apex, and this is my brake zone. As hard as I can, shift down a gear, flip the apex, let the car settle, jerk it in, and just beat it a little bit more throttle, more throttle. Here's what I'm talking about. If you let you off the gas here, you can actually get the car to point towards the apex, and then you're pretty much already, straight here. Usually I grab a gear and try to arc a little bit out, and then I'm full brake and try to straighten it up. Usually go down to second. And since this is off camera with front wheel drive, it sucks because you're going to be sitting there spinning because your tires will be, just going to unload your suspension function. Say, pretty much on the rumble strips, cut across. And I start braking usually about 2.5, and then kind of try to cut this straight to the turnout. And I'm still full throttle here, brake pretty hard down the turn. You can flip the fuck out of this. When you fill the front tire load, you have almost unlimited grip. I mean, if you can time it right, you can full throttle through that. This, I hate this place because I can't find a good line through it. I think I'm supposed to stay a little bit further right before you turn in. But, here just gradually on the throttle. I usually don't try to aim for the apex perfect. I kind of get a little close and then just kind of drift out a little bit. Drift in on the inside here so I'm just fucking throttle. And then try to be up against the rumble strip. Let the car settle and then just work it in. Rumble a little bit, drift out, and then come back across slow. Don't feel like you're obligated to come back and go fast. Definitely, this one is like a turn of patience. Like for me, I'll grab third, still a little bit on the throttle, and then heavy brake. Grabbing your downshift, just use that whatever gear that is through here. And see, if you play with the throttle a little bit, you can feel it kind of point. What you want to do is let go of the throttle a little bit, and you'll feel it suck you back in. And then you have full throttle, grab another gear, line up, hard brake. This one, I think, it might actually help you a little bit if you late apex it, go a little bit past the turn in, go a little slower into it. But when you make your turn, you can fucking peg versus trying to, not match the traction, but play with the traction the entire time. And here's front wheel drive green. Get on a little late. Pretty much what I do in the Moz is brake till the turn in and just release a little bit and turn, and you can go right through that freaking the track out or the apex of that turn. When the tire sinks, you can go full throttle through that because your suspension sets and you have full traction and throttle versus when in 6 when it unloads you, you're fucked. just kind of play with the throttle a little bit here, and you feel the car point back, and then you just back on the throttle here. Flip the apex. Just try to work yourself straight before you brake, and don't hit the rumble strip if it's still wet. You know? And you can use a lot more. I go out to the strips now because it's just so much smoother versus trying to force yourself back in. You can probably flip that now to make it a little bit more direct. Just come over and brake about the time you see the TI. Flip that, full throttle through. And there, I use it more of like to settle the front end, like I'll just quick brake and turn to give myself a little bit more traction to turn. And then you have the speed throttle. No blank flag. Not you, Jim. Going out, you got that. Outside wheel work. Heavy brake, drop a gear. And you can even pump the throttle here and get it to kind of turn a little bit. And just kind of work the throttle, especially right here. Usually I drop it and the rear end will snap a little. And it'll point you right to that apex versus having to hold a constant radius of turn. It takes a little bit of playing with, but once you figure it out, it's fucking magical. Yep. Slowly work over. There we go. Flip. Heavy brake. Turn in. There we go. Woo! That's great. Something. Oh. Yeah, that one's really hard for front wheel drive just because of the uphill, like just. That car was so quiet. He's going out. Throttle to get this pull out, and then less throttle to get the pull back in. There we go. Yeah, straight off. Yeah, you got it. Definitely get away with touching, just cutting that corner pretty short. Yeah, sucking it in. And it will, I mean, this amount of traction you have there as a front wheel drive car is silly.
Yeah, those are pretty bad. If you go on the inside of them, there you go. A little less throttle to bring it in. You'll just hear the car complain, but it's just like sliding.
Yeah, I got brake things like crazy.
Oh shit. Yeah, I would just do a slow lap. Let them come back, or you can pit out, pit through, and let them cool down a little bit, and then come back out. You're almost out of gas too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
The last 2 times I've almost ran out of gas, somebody else, whoever's been riding with me has noticed that, because I'm oblivious as shit. And you can cut the fuck out of that corner. Make it a really, really gradual bend. And then I always get hard on the brakes, let go, turn in. And if you can catch that, I mean, it'll pull you in through the corner, which is awesome. Talk to me gutter style. That's awesome. Way to save weight and stuff like that. Like the jump back. Yeah. Yeah. Now there's no point to get hurt. Yeah, pretty much like we'll start working out a little bit. Just throw it in. Still got a pretty decent amount of throttle. Brake. Pop it lower gear. Straighten up just enough. Throw it in. Little bit of gas. Bring it out, and then let go. Like you'll feel the snap, and then feel it pull in real fast. Aim for the apex. Let it just kind of beat out. Don't get on rumble like I did.
Come on, buddy.
A little hot.
Yeah.
Cut the fuck out of that corner. To make sure you get a little bit closer to track out, just let it settle, bring it back in. Brake hard once you press the hill, otherwise your suspension's just going to unload and you're going to fuck yourself anyways. Get on the throttle.
Get out there.
Yeah, and get out there a little bit better. There's some dirt on it too. That might suck, but yeah, through here, you can carry a lot of speed, but you got to get on the brakes hard as fuck, and then catch another gear. And just let the car settle, chunk it in pretty much. Feed a little bit of gas, and then when you're brave, just pop the gas, and you'll feel that rear end. And then you can just accelerate out. As soon as you press that hill, you can probably do full throttle. You probably get a little bit into it until you press. Yeah, I thought somebody was about to get around you. Yeah, you can definitely take a lot more speed through there and here. Four button lap. Yeah, I feel like if you go through that part a little slower, like I'm trying to remember my Mazda, that I could get on the throttle a little faster, but it's always harder to kind of pull it back in for that. To let it soak back out and try to pull it back in. But I'm extremely bad at lifting off there a little bit. Not a good thing to do. Now that it's dried up a little bit, you can definitely, I would work a little bit on trying to touch the ins and outs, try to get a little closer to the apex, a little closer to the track outs, just to give yourself some more track. Because, like, especially on 6, like, at the beginning of the day I didn't touch it, but now that it's a little bit drier, I'm probably going to go, like, let it pull me all the way out both times, just because there's so much more track you can work with, and they have it now paved that you can make that a turn. Or make that part of the turn versus like, oh shit, I'm off the rumble, they're going to pull it in because they paved the rest of it. And here, when you start getting into really like heavy braking, make sure you're straight, because I got STI sideways several times. So yeah, I'll go out into that. You guys probably saw it because they paved this part, and you can just kind of gradually bring yourself back on and then hit the turnout and just gradually come across. And pretty much I'm straight here, start heavy braking, lower gear, let off, cut that as close as I can, because it pretty much throws you in the track out. Just sliding back across. Right when I see the turn in sign, brake, let go of the brake, pop the apex, pretty much full throttle through here. And then, like I said, here, since you're going uphill, just heavy brake and turn, because when you do that, well, it rotates the Miata anyways, it rotates it a little bit, and you have so much more traction because you're braking and loading the suspension. You can be set up pretty good for this turn, well, that last turn, and just touch the inside, let it beat you out, and just as you're adding throttle, just gradually work back to the apex and let it work yourself a little out. I wouldn't go out to the track out, because that's just too much of a turn to get back into 15. Oh yeah, if you're hauling ass and you're out there with the water, especially, I mean, that's a fucking nightmare. And then just let your driver's side tire pretty much right on the rumble strips. Just let it straighten out and then turn right to 15, and just gradually back across. And then the that's like the third time in this corner he's been backward, or in not facing forward properly. Oh, I can't see. Your gearing is in this, but in the Mazda, like, I found a gear that when I went through this fast enough, I could be, I think it was third. I could keep third through the whole thing. I mean, it was really high in the RPM range, but I never bogged, and it was right where it needed to be the whole time. Oh, I guess he's got to go in. I guess it's on. Definitely try to get as far like to the right there, and just use as much of the track as you can, like as far as possible as you can, because that little not in a straight line,
Yeah.
same thing as trail braking. You're going to drag the rear a little, and it's going to slide a little, which you can use to your advantage in some corners, especially really tight ones. Get on the brake, like as you're turning, it'll rotate the car for sure. You just got to be careful because you end up backward like Civic Boy otherwise. There you go. Yeah, that is the worst corner because it's just nothing but patience. You just have to make sure you hit it when you're straightening the wheel out. Any sooner, it's just going to rig. They're going to turn and understeer like a bitch. Hard down the brakes. Yep. There you go. As long as you're pissing off the mud flaps, you know you're doing it right. You get your tires. I can hear them working over here. That time. Ooh, that guy's up that TT's ass. You felt like when you let go, did you actually feel it rotate?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're going for sure. Yeah, I mean, you can play with the throttle to the point where, I mean, you get more familiar with it. You can. Oh, that's really wet. Yeah. This thing rotates good though. There we go.
Flat off up there.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly what you want. You can point it, which is awesome. Monster Speed 3 wasn't nearly that good. All it did was it just reduced understeer. Your traction control probably getting pissed off there. They fade?
Yeah, I'm gonna slow down actually.
This is a good place right here if you're gonna fade because you don't really have to brake that hard. You don't have anybody behind you, so you got some time.
How many laps do you reckon we've done?
Huh?
How many laps do you reckon we've done?
4. This will be the end of your 4. 147 is your hot time so far. 147.39, 34. I was like, hopefully I don't need to use my hand. Still got it steady, right behind me. Yeah, these afternoon sessions are always really light. I should have skipped the last one and just gave this one the balls. Oh, I didn't hit the lap button. Fuck me.
Sorry, I'm taking it really easy.
Okay. Yeah, you got a little bit of congeal on right there going. Taxi's way behind you. He's just making turn 1 now, so he's still got some room too. You know what? You got traction control fully on, don't you? Brake vectoring is what's frying your brakes. That killed my STI, and it did the same in the Mazda speed. It's braking for you. That's why this wheel's squealing so much.
Right.
If you take it one tick off, it won't vector as much. But I don't think you can ever turn it off, or that's what Daniel was saying. That's what's doing it to your brakes, because it's constantly not giving it time to cool, because it's trying to help you. Which worst case you're gonna oversteer a lot. But if you really cook it, you know, I guess you could oversteer, but you'll just understeer a lot otherwise. SCI finally functions. You can let them pass in the carousel though.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him around.
Oh, that sounds good.
What is that part like? What is that a special edition?
No, I think it's a tuning package. Cosworth, I think. Which is weird because usually I'm not really familiar with that company. Tom, I know, but Cosworth, I don't know. Exit behind the wheel. That's so weird. Back wheels back there screaming. Once you get a little, either lose your mud flaps or get, you know, more confident in this area, you can pull a lot more speed in a front wheel drive car through that. Yeah, the inside curving of that is rough.
Well, no, the pedal just went soft.
Oh, shit. Oh. It's getting soft. No blood in the somebody let him pass by and wasn't thinking about driving, he just ran off in the fucking grass. Just
I almost did that there. I was carrying speed, but I was one-handed, last time, so I didn't want to hit the brakes.
yeah. Oh, debris flag. Watch yourself. Yeah, debris flag. Somewhere in the red flag. Oh, they're red flagging you. Go ahead and stop this. Yeah, your best lap was 147. You did 149, 147, 153, and then you braked, started screwing. 158, and the brakes started messing. But you had to let a lot of people pass.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That is way too hot.
Oh, I didn't even feel it because I guess it's crisscross in front of me. I guess I should probably stick this in my pocket so I don't get in trouble. Well, I guess I should.
Oh, man, that Mini.
I feel like I got the spoiler, so this isn't even fun anymore.
The spoiler?
Yeah, the spoiler of why the red flag came out.
Oh, like, yeah, we've already been through this.
Yeah. God damn it. That was good though, because if your brakes were on its way out anyways, so be it. Oh, there's a shortcut.
I agree with Eric, man. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, that Mini was just sitting there cooking.
Yeah.
Like, when he pulled off, there was so much brake smoke. Actually, it's kind of funny, like, the pace that we're going around now is so far off the pace, but this is like, as hard as you would ever really drive on a public road.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is, Jeannie would be like, oh my God!
Yeah, this is like off-ramp speed, or like highway on or off-ramp.
Exactly.
Well, that anyways. God damn. Arrgh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come out for a few laps. Get a good lap or two, and then just call it. It's too damn nice now not to, considering the whole morning was pretty much shot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this corner right here kicks my ass. Because it's like uphill off camber, downhill off camber. I feel like I'm just going too fast there.